I think the resignation of Professor Mauri Ferrari, who was the President of the European Research Council in April, over what he deemed to be the really desperate failure of the European Union, of which he was a big fan before taking the job, to respond effectively to COVID-19, is a pretty, damning move, which should raise questions. And I haven't heard a lot, really, in the Taoiseach's speech, or more generally, about the European Union's response to COVID-19. And when you look around the world at countries, whether it's Australia, New Zealand, Taiwan, China, South Korea, Iceland, a variety of countries, variety of different regimes, to be honest, it's quite telling about the failure of the European Union to act in any sort of cohesive, focused, effective way to respond to COVID-19. And that's both collectively and severally, it seems to me. The Research Council, Mauro Ferrari, hoped would set up a body specifically to address COVID-19, to research into all sorts of areas in terms of strategy, development of vaccines, therapies and so on, and this essentially was shot down. And it's quite telling. I don't know, something that I mentioned in the budget, but maybe it got lost, but I just think it's quite extraordinary, that the research budget for health for the year 2021 hasn't got a single extra cent more than the research budget for health in the year before. An extraordinary fact, but that seems to sort of bear out the point that Mauro Ferrari is pointing to in the complete lack of a strategy. I mean, we have argued for a zero COVID strategy. The government disagrees with that, but at least shouldn't these things be debated in a serious way, and shouldn't the scientists be given the resources to actually look at and develop their understanding, their data, the information and so on around these things, so we can make informed choices about how we deal with this pandemic? That doesn't seem to be happening, and I think it's quite a damning indictment of the failure of the Union.